All right, happy Monday, everybody. This lesson today, average rate of change day 3, is simply a continuation of what you were doing from last week. And if you notice here, there are 2 pages to this assignment. So please make sure that you do both part A and B of question 7 down there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the first couple to help remind you what to do for these, and then hopefully you'll be able to do them on your own. So the first one says f of x equals 3x from x1 to equals 0 to x2 equals 5. And what we're doing is we're trying to find the average rate of change for the following functions over the interval that's been given. Okay, so let's go ahead and write that down. We have f of x equals 3x, and the interval that we're looking for in our first problem is x1 equals 0 and x2 equals 5. So what I'm going to do is simply input both of these into the function and find my y coordinate, which is f of x, because f of x is another way of writing y. And then I'm going to use my slope formula to find the rate of change between these points. So here we go. The f of 0 is going to be 3 times 0. So the f of 0 equals 0. So then for my first one, my ordered pair is 0, 0. And here's my x1, and here's my y1. Excuse me, that's a y1. All right. Now for x2, which is 5, the f of 5 is going to be 3 times 5. So the f of 5 equals 15. So that means my ordered pair here is going to be 5, 15. So there's my x2, and there's my y2. Now to find my average rate of change, I'm going to use my slope formula, which is m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So as I substitute values here, 15 minus 0 divided by 5 minus 0 equals 15 over 5, which equals 3. So for my first one, the correct answer is going to be 3. All right, so let's look at number 2. F of x equals 6x from x1 equals 0 to x2 equals 4. All right. So we have f of x equals 6x from, or over the interval of x1 equals 0 and x2 equals 4. All right, so let's start with the f of 0 again is going to equal 6 times 0. So the f of 0 equals 0. So my ordered pair here again is 0, 0. So here's x1 and y1. So the f of 4 is going to equal 6 times 4. So the f of 4 equals 24. So my ordered pair here is going to be 4, 24. So there's x2 and there's y2. Now again, I use my slope formula. To find my average rate of change between these 2 points. All right, so for number 2, my average rate of change is 6. All right, so let's look at number 3, which says f of x equals x squared plus 2x. And I'm looking for my average rate of change from x1 equals 3 to x2 equals 5. All right, so here we go. F of x equals x squared plus 2x. And again, my x1 is going to be 3, and my x2 is going to be 5. So let's start with the f of 3. It's going to be 3 squared plus 2 times 3. So the f of 3 is going to equal 9 plus 6. So the f of 3 equals 15. So my ordered pair here is 3, 15. So there's my x1 and my y1. Now the f of 5 is going to be 5 squared plus 2 times 5. So the f of 5 is going to be 25 plus 10. So the f of 5 is 35, which means I have 5 and 35 as my ordered pair. And along with that, there's my x2 and my y2. So now again, I take my slope formula. So y2 is going to be 35 minus 15, which is y1, over 5 minus 3. So 35 minus 15 is 20. 5 minus 3 is 2. So 20 divided by 2 equals 10. So that means my average rate of change there is 10. All right, so I think you should be able to handle the rest of them on your own. If you have any further questions, contact me on Google Classroom, or you can come up on Google Meet at the appointed time. Have a great day, and I will have something else for you tomorrow.